Good day, everyone. I am Celeste J. Reyes and have been in teaching profession for 12 years. Throughout my service, I have had the opportunity to teach the diverse group of students from various colleges and disciplines. This experience has deepened my passion for fostering inclusive and meaningful learning environments. My research interest centers on language, particularly Filipino language and its literature. I actively participate in extension activities that aim to enhance grammar proficiency among local government. I am proud to be part of Samar State University, a STEM institution located at Catbalogan City, Philippines. Samar State University is an educational landmark of vital importance to the province of Samar. It gives everyone the opportunity to pursue higher education, which is very much needed for proficiency and individual as well as national development. Let me present to you my study entitled A Comparative Study on the Effectiveness of Modular and Online Teaching Modalities in the Performance of First-Year Information Technology Student in a Filipino Subject. Celeste Reyes, the author, Faculty of College of Arts and Sciences at Samar State University, Philippines. The background of this study seeks to evaluate and compare the effectiveness of modular and online teaching methods in delivering Filipino subject Filipino sa iba't ibang disiplina to first-year information technology students. The study aims to determine the demographic profile of the participants, to compare their pre-test and post-test performance in both modalities, to identify which modality students find more favorable. This study is anchored on several learning theories that explain how students acquired knowledge and perform effectively through modular and online teaching. First theory is the individualized instruction theory. It emphasizes learner-centered and self-paced learning through modules. Behaviorist theory. Learning is shaped by environmental control and reinforcement. And the Bernstein theory of elaborated and restricted codes. Language development depends on social and educational environment. The study uses descriptive experimental research design. The approach combined quantitative data analysis with experimental procedures. The participants consisted of 104 first-year Bachelor of Science in Information Technology students of Samar State University, second semester academic year 2020 to 2021. Researcher conducted a poll survey to identify students' access to internet connectivity and devices. 57 students opted to choose online group and 47 students opted on a modular modality. Both groups would administer a pre-test prior to instruction and a post-test afterward. The test consisted of 50 multiple-choice questions developed by the researcher based on official course syllabus of Filipino sa iba't ibang disiplina. Test question items were validated by subject matter experts and underwent item analysis, resulting in a reliable instrument with Coder-Richardson Formula 20, the KR20 value of 0.87. Limitation of the study included a content scope restricted to midterm unit only. The results of the study are presented to show the comparative performance of students under the online and modular modalities in the subject Filipino sa iba't ibang disiplina. The data include the analysis of pre-test and post-test score as well as students' preference for instructional modality. The pre-test mean score of students in the online group was 80.75, which was marginally higher than that of the modular group at 79.62. Despite this numerical difference, the computed t-value of 1.066 and the corresponding p-value of 0.289 indicate that the difference in performance between the two groups prior to the instructional intervention was not statistically significant. Both groups have comparable levels of prior knowledge or readiness in the Filipino subject before the experiment. According to the study of Creswell, 2014, pre-testing is essential in experimental design to ensure group equivalence and eliminate selection bias. Ali in 2010 and Lim in 2016, which emphasize the importance of establishing a baseline prior to measuring the effectiveness of the different teaching modalities. The post-test scores of both groups following the instructional intervention. The online group achieved a mean score of 83.95, which is slightly higher than the modular group's mean of 82.89. The t-result t-value is 1.290 while the p-value is 0.200, demonstrate that the difference between the two means is not statistically significant. These findings suggest that neither modality had a distinct advantage in enhancing students' learning outcomes. Frankel, Wallen, and Yoon in 2012, a statistically significant result implies that observed differences may be due to random variation rather than the instructional method itself. And the study of Francisco and Barcelona in 2020, where flexible learning methods, regardless of format, resulted in a comparable academic performance, especially when instructional materials were carefully aligned with learning competences. This result supports the argument of Sadik and Samir in 2014 that the structure, clarity, and accessibility of learning materials, whether printed or digital, play a more critical role in student achievement than the mode of delivery. Both groups demonstrated an increase in their score following the instructional intervention using the respective learning modalities. The modular group exhibited a slightly higher mean of 3.27, while the online group recorded a gain of 3.20. This positive change in score suggests that learning occurred across both groups, reinforcing the instructional effectiveness of both modular and online teaching methods. On the study of Lim in 2016, found that modular instruction supports personalized pacing and can lead to improved learning outcomes, particularly for students with limited internet access. And Malilin et al. Studies on 2020 highlight the potential of online platforms to foster flexible and interactive learning, especially among digital literate students. The nearly equal improvement further emphasized that the well-designed learning materials, coupled with contextualized delivery, can yield meaningful educational outcomes across diverse learning environments. The modular group had a slightly higher mean gain of 3.27 compared to the online group's 3.20. The student preference for learning modality after experience instruction through both modular and online approaches. A substantial majority of 92.31% of the respondents expressed a preference for the modular method, highlighting its ease of access, independence from internet connectivity, and flexibility in managing learning schedule. In contrast, only 7.69% favor the online modality, with some students found dependent on stable internet access and digital literacy. According to a study of Barrera et al. In 2020, which emphasizes students from the rural or low-income communities tend to favor printed modules to limited or unstable internet connection. And the study of Kasipli 2020 pointed out that the modular learning fosters self-paced study and it's particularly suitable for students with limited access to digital tools. Moreover, student preference is a critical factor in educational design and delivery. According to Shang et al. 2004, learner satisfaction and motivation significantly affect engagement and academic success in the distance learning environments. When students are comfortable with the delivery mode, they are more likely to commit to and benefit from the instruction process. In summary, while both modular and online teaching methods contributed positively to student learning, no statistically significant difference was found between the two in terms of performance. However, students overwhelmingly preferred the modular modality for practical reasons such as accessibility and stability. The study concludes that both modular and online teaching approaches are viable for Filipino instruction under flexible learning arrangements. This is no statistically significant difference in student performance between the two modalities. However, the majority of the students favor modular instruction, suggesting that the access to technology and learning preference play a critical role. These findings highlight the importance of offering multiple modes tailored to learners' context. Overall, the study suggests that no single modality is universally superior. Instead, combining both approaches through a blended learning setup may yield better results by balancing flexibility, accessibility, and active engagement. Therefore, it is recommended that the educators and institution consider students' contexts and resources in designing instructional delivery to ensure more equitable and effective learning experiences in the Filipino subject. Further research is recommended to explore long-term learning retention, engagement strategies, and the use of blended learning. Policymakers should support infrastructure for both digital and print-based learning and create inclusive guidelines for flexible education delivery in the future emergencies. A comparative study of this kind would likely reveal that while both modular and online teaching modalities have strengths and weaknesses, there will be measured differences in student performance in the Filipino subject. Conversely, modular modality may provide greater flexibility and autonomy, which helps some students manage their time and learn at their own pace, but could result in lower performance in the areas requiring immediate feedback or interaction, especially for those with limited self-regulation, poor access of learning support, or weaker reading comprehension. For the references, they are projected on your screen. I would like to take the opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for taking the time to listen to my presentation. Thank you for your support.